On this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, in lieu of COVID, many businesses have been struggling to keep their doors open. But one business in particular is not only booming, but it's pretty cute as well.
And we take a deeper look into one of the media school's organizations made by and for women. What's Up Weekly starts now.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of What's Up Weekly. I'm Noelle Friel.
And I'm Anna Black.
The author of Humans of New York, Brandon Stanton, spoke to IU students at a virtual event held by the IU Auditorium. Stanton runs a photo blog called Humans of New York, along with publishing several books. During the event, he interviewed an IU student to show how he conducts interviews for his blog. Before Humans of New York, Stanton was working a job in finance. After being fired from his job in 2008, he remembers that day being the beginning of what would turn into Humans of New York.
I made a decision that day that I'm going to spend the next foreseeable amount of years doing something that I enjoy, not because it makes me feel important to my friends and my family, not because I'm making money from it, but just because I love it and I enjoy it in the moment.
To learn more about Humans of New York, you can visit humansofnewyork.com.
With businesses slowing down or shutting down, one place has actually seen an increase in customers. This purchase is definitely perfect to keep you occupied while at home. The coronavirus has impacted nearly every person walking on this planet. But what about our four-legged friends walking around? You may be wondering, have things been easier or rougher for canines in Bloomington? The Bloomington Animal Shelter has continued to keep its doors open for animals in our area. When many places started slowing down during COVID-19, the shelter experienced, well, quite the opposite.
Adoption numbers, we have seen actually an increased percentage in people coming to adopt. So the combined with the less animals, with the animals in, we've had a higher percentage of adopters in the last year than we had previously. There's a lot less people coming in. What we have seen with that is we've actually seen a huge benefit to animals in our care. Their stress levels have gone down overall because there's been less people kind of coming in and invading their space and changes that way. So we've seen a huge benefit there.
Quarantine and the benefits of technology have moved dogs from metal wiring to warm homes.
There's a little bit more happening in the community where people, again, where a lot more people are working from home. They're able to see the dogs, relate them to the neighbors that are looking, and get them home without necessarily even having us involved.
A furry companion to keep you company during this time of social distancing may be just what you need. If you're interested in adopting or helping in any way, you can visit the website bloomington.in.gov/animal-shelter.
Women in Media is a student organization here at IU dedicated to advancing women in all communications disciplines. What's Up Weekly reporter Carly Rasmussen spoke to the organization's founder to learn more about what Women in Media is all about. Take a look.
In the fall of 2019, a new club, Women in Media, came to IU's campus. A junior at the time, Amy Gallagher and her friends wanted to make an empowering space for women pursuing a career in media.
My friends that I met in the Media Living Learning Center freshman year, we've gone through all the media programs, media classes together for 3 years, and we were all hanging out over the summer and talking about the amazing female organizations across campus, and we realized that there wasn't one specifically for media. So we took matters into our own hands and we're like, you know what, I would love to have a group like this, and I'm sure other people would, so let's start one.
A year and a half later, and Women in Media has not only grown into an organization where women can learn more about the field, but it also helps those same women truly prepare for their future careers.
It's sometimes hard as a woman feeling confident stepping into a room full of people who don't look like you or feel like you. So, we try to take every single step that we can to make sure all of our members feel super well prepared to when they step into their first internship or job or whatever workspace, that they feel confident and well prepared.
Not only is the empowerment provided by women in media preparing them for their future, it is one crucial step in creating an equitable market for women.
I think empowered women do great things. I think women do great things regardless, but I think the more you're given like the resources and the connections, the better off you are. And I just think that women in media is a great way to do that.
So you're working in an industry where you're telling really important stories to huge audiences, so female voices are super important to amplify. If women in media can contribute to that in any way, then that means the world to me.
And if Amy Gallagher could describe her organization in 3 words, it would simply be
Women supporting women.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Carly Rasmussen.
To get involved with women in media, you can visit their Be Involved page at beinvolved.indiana.edu.
Coming up, the long-standing co-host on a popular CBS talk show says goodbye after allegations of racism from her past.
And if you're in the market for some famous real estate, a particularly well-loved motel is officially up for sale. That and more on Trending Topics after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Lovers of the hit TV series Schitt's Creek may have a new purchase on their hands.
That's right. The famous motel in the Emmy-winning series Schitt's Creek is now on the market. The motel in the show is named the Rosebud Hotel, but the actual tin-room motel is listed as the Hockley Motel. However, buying the property may require a passport. The 6-acre land is located in Ontario, Canada, and a river does run alongside it, though unfortunately, it's not actually called Schitt's Creek.
It's listed at $1.5 million. So if the motel is calling your name, make sure you start saving now.
Attending book fairs in elementary school was an event in itself, a childhood memory that will live on forever. And the memory of one author who wrote some of those famous children's books will also live on forever.
Author Beverly Cleary passed away at the age of 104. She may have left us on March 25th, but her legacy will continue to impact others. She has inspired generations with her books, which have become classics. Some of her most popular reads include Ramona and Beezus, Henry Huggins, Dear Mr. Henshaw, Ralph S. Mouse, and so many others. An astounding 85 million copies of Cleary's books have been sold. Her books have also been translated into many different languages, 29 to be exact.
She drew inspiration from her own life. I believe that this, in turn, has allowed children reading her books to find inspiration in their own lives.
Definitely. And TV personality Sharon Osbourne is officially leaving the talk after 11 years as its co-host.
CBS announced Friday that it parted ways with the longtime co-host of the daytime TV show. As for the reason, the company blamed Osbourne's behavior during an episode on March 10th. That's when she had an on-air spat with co-host Cheryl Underwood, who questioned Osbourne's support for British TV host Piers Morgan, while Morgan was facing accusations of racism over his comments about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
After that, journalist Yashar Ali released a report alleging that Osbourne had a history of racist and homophobic remarks. The report quoted her former co-host Leah Remini, along with other unnamed sources.
Film director James Mangold says he will boycott Georgia. This is in response to its voting reform bill signed into law by the governor Thursday.
You may know Mangold for directing movies such as Ford vs. Ferrari and Logan. The controversial voting law comes after Biden's presidential victory in the traditionally red states. It imposes new voter identification requirements for absentee ballots and limits the use of ballot drop boxes. It also makes it a crime to give voters in line food and water and gives state officials more power over local elections.
Georgia is touted as the Hollywood of the South, with big tax credits luring many productions. But Mangold tweeted Thursday he will not direct a film in Georgia until the voting rules change. And that's what's up this week. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
Be sure to follow us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IUS TV News. For What's Up Weekly, I'm Noelle Friel.
And I'm Anna Black. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.